Welcome everyone to the ONPASSIVE Kenya webinar. This is a webinar for guests as well as founders, and we're delighted today to be hosted by Gladys Nyaboro from Kenya, from United States. Originally from Kenya, but she lives in the United States. And today we have our speaker, Christopher Opira, and he's going to be talking to us about how ONPASSIVE is going to help communities worldwide. Christopher Opira is special to me personally because I think he's just an amazing human being. I think that he is very selfless and he is very committed to ONPASSIVE and to his team. He happens to have a team and he is just amazing. He's a very consistent guy. You know that he's always going to be there, always follow through. He's just amazing. So I just wanted to introduce him as just a special person, and you will see why when he speaks today. So I would like to give the floor to Christopher Opira right now.
Thank you very, very much, Madam Lynn Nakamoto, my mentor, my friend, my best friend, actually. A person upon whom I rely a lot in almost everything ONPASSIVE. She has put me through a lot of training, a lot of, she has burnt a lot of midnight oil for me. And so I truly appreciate her. I also would like to express my sincere gratitude and very, very special place in my heart for Gladys Nyaboro, who is my sister from Kenya here. She lives in New York, USA. Gladys is so special in the sense that she is someone who has got a very, very, very special heart for humanity. Every word that comes out of her mouth is that of a person full of compassion for humanity. So thank you very much, Gladys. I would like to also to take this opportunity to appreciate our CEO, a very different kind of a person. Mr. Ash Mufare is a different person in this world. He is very different. He has a special heart, very unique, a heart, a kind of heart that is hard to find anywhere else. Because this man cares for people. This man is not selfish. Mr. Ash Mufare is a godsend. And I join the whole world in thanking God for placing Mr. Ash Mufare amongst us. And I'm so very glad to be alive in this time when Ash Mufare is here. I would also like to appreciate our Leadership Council members, starting with Marty DeGamo, a very special man indeed. A man of few words, but his words are loaded, very special. I appreciate you, sir. There are others in the Leadership Council. I will just mention their names in passing. There is, it's a whole range of them, Bill Mast, for example, Jeffrey Moloch, who is actually responsible for languages. And, I've had some relationship with him recently and so on. There are many. And we have Julie Wynn and all the rest of them. They're all of them amazing people who are there to just give themselves to us, to the world. I have no words to appreciate them. I mean, they're just awesome. They are angels in our lives. So thank you very much indeed. Now, I would like us to go straight into the topic of the day. I am going to talk to you all about the value of ONPASSIVE to communities worldwide. Now, the epicenter of this particular topic is the word value. So I would like to bring to the front the clear understanding of that word value, first of all, before we go into how, ONPASSIVE brings it to affect the community, the lives of communities around the world. Now, the word value by itself means several things. It is actually the worth of a thing. Value means the worth of a thing. Anything which is worthy is valuable. Value is also a form of desirability of a thing. Anything which is desirable, that's a thing of value. And if anything is easily usable, so it brings the value of utility. Whatever is easily used, that is a thing of value to humanity or to anybody who uses it. And it is also the worth as estimated of anything. The worth of anything as estimated, that is value. And the amount of money for anything, amount of money payable for anything, any article, any commodity, that is the value of that item. Value is also the equivalent of anything, the equivalent of a thing. At the same time, it is something well worth the money that is paid for it. That's value, plus many more. Ladies and gentlemen, ONPASSIVE is about value. ONPASSIVE is an information technology company. It is a company that has developed different products and tools that people may use, consumers may use to solve their problems. So the products of ONPASSIVE are products of value. And the tools of ONPASSIVE are tools of value to humanity because they are important, they are necessary, they are desirable. Now, all these products and tools have been packaged in one place, and that place is called ONPASSIVE. So what are some of these tools and products? IT tools, IT products. I will name a few of the products, although there are many. So one of the products is in the email industry. In email industry, I'm sure all of us understand that there are many players. So emailing or email is a whole industry, but there are players such as Yahoo, that is one product. Gmail is another product. Hotmail is another product, and there are several others. These are players in the email industry, and each one of them is a product of IT. ONPASSIVE has developed its own product in email industry, which is called OMail. That brings value to people, and you will soon see how and why. Another product is OStaff. OStaff is a product that will help organizations, small and large, to manage the works of staff members. This will help a lot the people who are in human resource management. It's a very, very special tool. It's a special product, which is IT product developed from ground up by ONPASSIVE. There is OBless, which is a charity organization. That's another product to help humanity alleviate problems, challenges where creations of this whole wide world could be having problems. For example, the tsunami that we saw in the past that affected so many countries, especially on the oceans, like countries like Florida, for example. We saw how much calamity took place there. Now, OBless is here to help in disasters like those. Disasters perhaps like volcano, volcano, outbreaks, floods, and others, earthquake and all that. So OBless is a very, very special thing that will help humanity. It will bring value and so on. So there are a lot of products, up to about 50 that ONPASSIVE has developed, but 20 of them are literally complete, and they are being released right now into the marketplace by ONPASSIVE progressively. Some are already, out, and they are being tested. Now, so ONPASSIVE products are easy to use, very easy to use. So any product which is easy to use, cheap in price, high in quality, and all that. These are the things which are desirable by consumers. So if they are desirable, so they are products of value. So what does ONPASSIVE bring to consumers all over the world, both individually or collectively as institutions? ONPASSIVE brings value of these consumer products to the people. The value here is high quality, latest technology, which ONPASSIVE only ONPASSIVE has in this world at the moment. No other organization has come up with this kind of technology in this type of industry, and that is artificial intelligence, which will help to actually solve people's problems. What are some of those problems? Marketing. Marketing is a very costly exercise. It is difficult, and sometimes marketers get into conflicts. But ONPASSIVE has chosen to solve the problem of humanity in relation to marketing by creating artificial intelligence to do that work. So this by itself is clearing or eradicating conflict in marketing in marketing industry worldwide. And so ONPASSIVE brings value to people because of creating peace or making peace as far as marketing is concerned. Now, I want us to talk about some other companies a little bit, companies that have also created their own niches. They have got their own space in the, in the marketplace of the world. One of the companies is actually Amazon. Amazon is a market, is a place of market. I mean, it's just an online market. And Amazon today is a very, very wealthy organization. And it has only one product, and that product is shipping or delivering consumer goods from the source to the consumer. That's all they do. But what is the value that Amazon has brought into the marketplace and to humanity? It has stood out as the best and fastest delivery company, and there is nothing more that people want in this world than speed, timekeeping, saving of time. That's what Amazon has focused on. And it has just brought the best satisfaction to the marketplace. So it is the preferred organization. And that is its value. So anybody who has sampled Amazon will not want to leave Amazon. They actually just stay there. That means that they are satisfied and they are not about to move to another organization easily because Amazon gives them the value of time saving and with a lot of efficiency. So as a result, Amazon has built itself into a $1 trillion company in the period it has been in business, simply because of efficiency in shipping. Ladies and gentlemen, another organization is Apple. Apple, the computer organization, the computer company, whose business is in the IT field. And its products are actually the computers which are Mac, their brand is Mac computers by Apple. And it's a company that creates a lot of curiosity because because Apple keeps on evolving. Every year there is something new. Every year there is something new. So it keeps its consumers expecting. They're expecting more because every now and then they're keeping on seeing something new and better. And there's nothing better that consumers love than seeing improvement on what they are using all the time. And that is value. So for that matter, in this case, we find that Apple actually is depending heavily on the perception of the value it produces, it brings to the marketplace, because it keeps its customers on edge, expecting, and that is perception. They perceive, they think, they know that Apple is coming up with something else, something better. So it's in a good place. Its market is stable. So now let's go to ONPASSIVE. What value is ONPASSIVE bringing to the lives and communities of the world? First and foremost, ONPASSIVE has come up with high intensity, high octane in technology, completely very advanced technology that it brings to communities all around the world, to consumers, both you and I. And this technology are all proprietary. That means they have been built from ground up, original. These are organic products. These are organic technology. Nobody else has come up with anything like this, you know? So this is already something of extreme value because the products are very advanced, extremely advanced. Now, ONPASSIVE has come up with improvements on existing technologies that are old and antiques in a way, you know, some of them not very efficient anymore. And ONPASSIVE has made changes on things like those and has come up with the best that the world has ever known. So these, many of these, in fact, all of these are new technology, which ONPASSIVE has established and developed over the last 3 years to date in the Silicon Valley of Hyderabad, the city of Hyderabad in India, where ONPASSIVE has a large number of employees, nearly 1,000 today as I speak with you. Many of them are engineers, IT engineers and support staff. And they are developing the products. They have been developing these products daily, night and day, throughout this period. And the products are hybrid. They are straight from ground up. And these engineers have worked on these products and made them extremely simple, which is a sharp departure from the old, the old hectic products that have been available. But they have made this one so simple and easy to use, very, very easy, such that even a very young child or just anybody, could even be a farmer, just someone who is, in the farms, a person who is not an IT expert, no IT background, could use, could be our mothers, could be our grandmothers, our grandfathers, no problem at all. So if something is so simple to use, something is of high value, something is efficient, something is extremely cheap, these are items of value. So ONPASSIVE brings value to individuals and communities around the world in this way, because it means that the products of ONPASSIVE can be used by anybody easily, cheaply, efficiently. That is value. Anybody who tries them, who samples them, will never depart from them. So the whole world will love this. Now, ONPASSIVE is a customer-based company. It has made everything so simple, such that customers who come to use ONPASSIVE products will find, it's so simple, very easy, and that by itself is value. It's very important. It's important to understand this value, the word value. and how it is so important to organizations. I just mentioned 2 before. Now this is ONPASSIVE. There are many other organizations. They put a lot of value in the word value itself. So the technology of ONPASSIVE is extremely superior in quality, and the standard is completely very high, and that is, as I said, its value. Now, so what about the value of ONPASSIVE to us, the founders? What is the value? What value do we get from ONPASSIVE ourselves? Now, the population of this world that is IT compliant is standing at about 4.3 billion people. 4.3 billion people. They are IT compliant. In other words, these are people who are using computers every day. They're using smartphones every day. They're using iPads, all this, and they're online. It's a large population. It's nearly half of the world's population itself, in which there is a total population of about 7.4, 7.5 billion people. This is the whole world. But those that are IT compliant are about 4.3 to 4.4 billion people. Now, ONPASSIVE is coming to bring all these proprietary products, high quality products, the more preferred products by consumers, to these people here, to this population that has been using old products of old technology, some of them not so efficient. When they come to find ONPASSIVE products and they find that these are extremely of high value, many of them are going to migrate, many. And we will see a large exodus of people coming into ONPASSIVE. And let me talk about the first year. So in the first year, I personally estimate that a total population of probably about 100 million consumers will have come into ONPASSIVE to you. Let me now use the word supermarket or store. They will have visited ONPASSIVE's superstore or supermarket of all these many products. Some of them, academy, they come for education, software for education, materials for education, because ONPASSIVE has got a wonderful one. Some of them will come for health. Some of them will come for all these many various things, including email, including, or connect, Zoom, meetings, okay? They will come, and I estimate that about 100 million people will have come, consumers will have come to use the products of ONPASSIVE. And that is roughly within the first year. And now, so what is that? What is that going to do to us, we the founders? It's money. It's going to bring money, because each of these customers, when they come, I estimate that they might be required to pay a subscription fee of, let us say, for argument's sake, $200, or it could even be less. And so if that is the case, we ourselves, we founders, are paid based on volume of consumption of this consumer population. And so I expect that at the end of the very first year, that last month, the last month of the first year, only 1 month, I expect a total revenue income into ONPASSIVE of not less than $20 million. Now, so if that is the case, my brothers and sisters, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But now, listen to this carefully. Ash Mufare, who is a humanitarian, this man who has a golden heart, this man whose heart pains when he sees suffering, he sees, poverty, hurting other people in the world. He has said, and he has written it down, he has confirmed, he has talked to us every now and then. In fact, these days, every week, Ash Mufare is with us. He tells us he does not want to keep all this money to himself. He just wants a small portion of it, but the rest of it, he wants it to go to the people. He wants it to go to the people so that, as many people as possible should transform their lives, get all the money, and go change or transform their communities. So, for that matter, ONPASSIVE brings value to us, we, the founders. And not only us, for that matter, if ONPASSIVE is going to bring monetary value to us, and Ash Mufare expects us to pay it forward. So we, who are going to be givers, we are all asked by Ash Mufare to go and give, to go and help communities. So we will go forward and pay forward. Do things for members of our community. Now, so this is great value that ONPASSIVE brings to us individually and to communities around the world. As I said, we get paid on volume. Now, I mentioned that in the very first year, at the very end of the first year, I estimate that in the last month of that year, when we start, there will be so much, because we are compensated or paid based on volumes of consumption. And that is value. Value. We need to understand. We need to understand that properly. Ladies and gentlemen, the products of ONPASSIVE are all 100% automated. They are automated. That means as we use them, as we own them, as they do things for us, they just work hands off, which means you come into ONPASSIVE, and as long as you've taken up your position, and this goes to our guests who haven't become members of ONPASSIVE. If you take up your position, sign up, pay your $97 registration fee, and become a founder. So when you become a founder and the products come into play, as I mentioned before, artificial intelligence is there to help you. ONPASSIVE itself will go ahead and do all the marketing for you and for me, of course. So that means you and I will not have much work. to do. And at this point, I would like to add that ONPASSIVE is not a network marketing organization. I myself have been a network marketing person for now 20 years. And so I know the difference. There is so much work in network marketing. You have to work daily. But in ONPASSIVE, no, because everything is automated. So this is great value, 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 value. To us individually and to communities, we are looking for value all the time, not only on the product side, but we are also looking for value on the founder side. Now, so I estimate that, in a few years to come, I give it probably about 5 years, 6 maybe, at most probably 8 years, this company ONPASSIVE will become a mega company, none to compare with it. This is going to be the number one. Completely, it is the number one company in this world. It will touch the lives of all human beings in this world. And that is value. That is the value that it brings into this world, into the communities of the world, because it brings value on its product side and also on the founder side. We've just discussed, I've just talked to you about the value it brings into the lives of founders, and that is money. As ONPASSIVE launches worldwide, there will be some people who will not like it at all. They will not, because ONPASSIVE comes as a competitor, and there are some people who have this feeling of entitlement, okay? And they don't expect anybody else to come into the playing field. They feel entitled to be the only ones playing about in the marketplace. So there will be people who will, want to do some funny things against ONPASSIVE and all that. That is expected. We are in this world. This is the world we live in. It has got to be that way sometimes, okay? But Ash Mufare is a brilliant man. He has already thought about these things way ahead of us, way ahead of even anybody else who may want to come and play games with us, with ONPASSIVE. So Ash Mufare and the engineers have set up protection against anything, any forces that comes against ONPASSIVE. And this is a big subject. This is another subject that could be discussed on another day. Security systems are in place. The legal system is well established by ONPASSIVE. Anybody who tries to play around, some fire will be set on their tails, and they will run with fire in their tails. They'll run and not to come back again, because ONPASSIVE is well protected. There are brains here, my brothers and sisters. This is a safe place to be. So if it is safe for you and I, this is a place of great value. ONPASSIVE brings value to our lives, to the lives of communities around the world. It's better to be in a place which is well protected, well, covered. Everything, all aspects have been carefully thought about. So this is the place to be. If you're new here, do not waste time. Come, take up your place in ONPASSIVE. Don't think about it even. Don't even say you want to go and think about it. No. There is no time. take your position, this is the place, because you will come and get value. Ever since I stepped into this organization, I have already gotten much more than what I have paid for. I paid $97, but what I have got out of ONPASSIVE to date is way, way beyond. And if I were to pay money for all the value that has been put into me, I don't think I could afford it. I could not afford it. First and foremost, I want to tell you, my friends, that that ONPASSIVE right now is a university without borders, because you step into ONPASSIVE, you become a founder in ONPASSIVE, and just see how much learning you do. You will become a scientist, you will become an orator, you will become somebody, you will build up confidence, you will shine, even if you haven't started seeing money. ONPASSIVE is the place to be. It's a place of great value. The CEO, Ash Mufare, has set up our main production center in India, in the city of Hyderabad. And that city is the Silicon Valley of India. And there are many members of staff, as I mentioned before, nearly 1,000. Our CEO is a humanitarian, and that gentleman does not like firing anybody at all. So, which means that all our engineers and systems developers and all that in Hyderabad have job security. They have a job security in ONPASSIVE. So if that is that, if that is the case, then ONPASSIVE is a place of high value for even employees themselves. In recent months, every month we have been seeing our CEO issuing out a brand new SUV cars, brand new, to the best performing engineers, the best performing staff members in Hyderabad, just a gift. And he also gives out, smartphones and so on, just a gift every month. And I even noticed he actually has been giving out, scooters and all that, to motivate people. In other words, he does not suck anyone. So it's a place where there is job security, a place of high value. ONPASSIVE continues to develop more products as we move into the future, and it has got her eyes a focus on cryptocurrency mining. A time will come when that will open up. When it does, of course, it will bring into ONPASSIVE many customers. There will be a lot of transactions in cryptocurrency and so much more revenue coming. And if that is the case, then more value, and more value. Then I will tell you that our CEO has also got interest in space program, in the space program, okay? So we're waiting to see. He is a man of many surprises. I'm sure at some point he is going to come and tell us, eventually, that we're moving in that direction and so on and so on. So who knows? If you become a founder today, who knows? Maybe you will become a part of some of the group that will go for a tour in outer space, through ONPASSIVE, maybe on ONPASSIVE's vehicle. Who knows? Who knows? Our engineers are working. They might develop a vehicle to take us to outer space, So This is a place of great value, a place of many, many adventures, lots of discoveries, and many lives all over the world will be touched in a very, very, very special way. And I encourage each one of us to look at ONPASSIVE seriously. Seriously. I repeat, ONPASSIVE is not a network marketing organization. Network marketing, I know, is where very many people have gone into. Some of them are murky ground. Some of them are just, and a lot of people have ended up with many disappointments. And they could easily confuse and think that ONPASSIVE is a network marketing organization. No, it is not. I am a networker. I still do network marketing, 20 years today. And in network marketing, I've done so much. And I've traveled the world as, in network marketing as well. All right. But there is no comparison, absolutely none, of network marketing and ONPASSIVE. So in just a few years ahead of us, ONPASSIVE will become a $1 trillion company. Do you still want to stay outside ONPASSIVE after getting all this information from me? Do you? This is the time. If you love yourself, if you love your life, you love your family, you love your community, then please do not waste time. Take it up today. And how are you going to take it up? You take it up by going back to the person who invited you to this webinar and tell that person that you have attended this meeting, and to you've got an address by Christopher Opira, a seasoned network marketer who has now taken up ONPASSIVE because ONPASSIVE is different. And then you tell the person who invited you here, tell him or her, I am ready to join now. Please show me how. That person will give you his or her registration link or invitation link to invite you to register. Do not waste time. Do it right away. And to conclude, I want to give you something else which shows you that there is great value in ONPASSIVE that will change, or that will really improve the life of everyone, and the people, even the lives of people who are seriously in need in hospital beds, people who are having certain challenges of their health, disability, and so on and so on. Many other people. Okay. The fact that ONPASSIVE has also chosen to set up its own data center, so that all the information about you will be kept in our ONPASSIVE data center. We will keep those information ourselves, so that no intruder from outside may come and interfere with your data. And as you may know, information about you is your life. That's your life. Anybody playing about with your life is playing about with data, your data. ONPASSIVE has decided to build and set up our own data center. And that data center is secure, it is safe, and it's futuristic, and it is the best in the world compared to all other data centers. And as I speak with you today, all ONPASSIVE, all people who have become founders in ONPASSIVE, their data have been migrated and transferred to our own data center. So we are safe, we are secure. This is value. This is value. So I encourage all of us to just get on with it. All of us who are founders already, the door has not yet been closed to bring in new members. Let us keep inviting people to come on board. The period, the length of time is now short. The number of days remaining is very, very short. And we are soon going to the global launch. The date will be announced by our CEO, whom we love. And on that day, there will be no more founder positions. It will be shut. It will be closed. So if you are still suggesting to yourself, let me think about it, I will inform you later, I'll come back and so on. No, you might miss this opportunity. And once the train leaves, then there's no way you can board it. The doors will be shut, and that's it. So the window for becoming a founder is very narrow now. It's really narrowing down, shutting down. So please take up your position. All of you who are guests tonight, today, for those of us who are, on the other side of the world, in the US and other places. And that is it for me. That's where I want to wind it up. I want to say thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me. I hope I've clarified some areas. If there are certain areas that are not so clear to you, please feel free to ask questions. Yeah, then come again to another meeting. So thank you very, very, very much. And I hand it over back to you, Gladys. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Chris, so much for the presentation. That was excellent. It's quite broad, gives an overview, a complete overview of ONPASSIVE, and really gives a picture of what ONPASSIVE is about. And from this presentation, we can see your passion about ONPASSIVE. We can see your trust about ONPASSIVE. Just to be clear, can you hear me? Because I saw comments, my voice was low before. Yes, so we can see that through you. And surely that's who our CEO is. He has shared his passion. He has shared his dream with us and is working to bring us towards that dream. Regarding the numbers that Brother Chris used to say, like the possibility of the future of ONPASSIVE are just projections, and those numbers can vary. But overall, excellent presentation. I'm very, very happy. And thank you so much. I see Brother Olva, Dr. Benny, Joyce Hicks, I think I'm seeing you for the first time, Apostle Mensa, and the rest who have joined us here. I'm going to give it back to Lynn to continue. You are all welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you, Chris. Proud of you. We would love to have you back again. Thank you so much. Lynn, back to you now.
Thank you. Awesome, Chris. I think you covered a lot of ground in your presentation on a philosophical level as well as on a very practical level. So I think your speech or your sharing today reached many people here, their minds as well as their hearts. So I thank you so much. It was a very good, broad presentation. I appreciate it so much. At this time, we would like to open the floor to any of our people here who might have comments or questions. We have some awesome leaders in the house today. So you can feel free to go ahead and raise your hand. Oh, I see Pastor Paul 360 is here. Welcome, Pastor Paul. Share your thoughts with us.
Hello.
Welcome, Pastor Paul.
Thank you, Madam Lynn. I really appreciate this webinar, and I want to talk to my fellow Kenyan founders and guests for a few seconds. I want to encourage them that there is no time again. As I used to tell my people here in Nigeria, we are in countdown, and this is the time for us to play the roles and active roles of a foot soldiers. And if you are a founder here in Kenya, please forget about anything that you have had before. The ONPASSIVE is not about looking for people. Our concept of looking for people is not for our own benefit, but to try and get them out of where they are now. And one thing that we must know, that we must see, is when you look at the faces of those that talk to us about ONPASSIVE, look at this man that just spoke to us now. This kind of person can never deceive anybody. More importantly, his own brethren. It can never happen. So with all these things, there is no way, if you are a founder here and you have not seen a reason to move from one compound to one compound, from friends and to different people, telling them the reason why they should look for a way of securing a founder position, then you are yet to get the real pictures in ONPASSIVE. I am just coming to Abuja now from my state capital. I went for a burial. And when you go, anywhere you enter around Africa, you will see needs to help. I went home with over 200,000 naira. I was supposed to stay till next week, but as I yesterday, today, the money has been emptied, and I just have to rush down and forget about staying, because the more you stay, the more you spend. And ONPASSIVE as it is now, I'm inside vehicle coming back, I still just make a payment for more account, making the 81. I just pay one, making it 81 account personally. So if I am talking to you here as a friend, as brother, I am not just saying it, but I am saying there is nothing I can do with those accounts. But I know that there is nothing you can have that you will not see enough people to assist, enough families to assist. But apart from that, let's take these things. We are the one on ground. Look at Sister Gladys and all the efforts she has been making. She's not there to play the roles of active award, but she's doing her own best to activate all of you that are on ground, to motivate you. Please, let's the remaining 47, 48 days that we are having at most, maximum, let's utilize it maximally and do our best. Let's do it as if this thing is closing in the next second. And by the grace of God, with all that, we are going to get more people, not for the sake of making big money from ONPASSIVE, but for the sake of expanding the scope of the founders, of those that will be benefiting from this great opportunity. Thank you so much, Sister Lee, for all you have been doing for us. Matty is in the house. I really appreciate all of you that have been encouraging us. I thank you so much, and I pray that God will continue to strengthen you and bless you more. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Paul. I really like how you explain it. You know, I think we need to feel that sense of urgency that the position is coming to a close. The founder position is closing soon. I think sometimes we get complacent, but you're right. That it's going to end very soon, and we want to bring in as many people as we can. We want people to be blessed with ONPASSIVE and the founder position. So let's share with everyone we know. Those of you who are guests here today, count your blessings that you're here. Somebody loves you enough to have sent you to this webinar. Just go back to them, talk to them a little bit more about the business if you have questions, but get the registration link. Sign up, become a founder as soon as possible before the window closes. So thank you very much, Pastor Paul. Next up, we have Robert Faraji. Go ahead and unmute. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you. Mine will be short. I'd like to congratulate my brother Chris Opira for a very, very, very good presentation that is made, quite condensed and quite informative. I say thank you so much, and I congratulate Chris Opira for that piece of presentation. It was quite elaborate, and we've understood everything on the value that we have on passive. In addition to another mention, I would like to mention I and Chris Opira and our good friend Joseph Mwamburi, we were involved in translating the ebook from English to Kiswahili. So we expect it to be live and incorporated into the ONPASSIVE in the near future. That's another job that the lead person was actually Chris Opira on that exercise. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. You know, just so the group here knows, ONPASSIVE has an ebook that talks about the business and other things related to the business. And they were asking for volunteers to translate the ebook into various languages. So this ebook is for founders. It's not for guests. But Chris Opira stepped up to the plate and he said that he would like to tackle getting the ebook interpreted into Swahili. And so he enlisted the help of a translator, a very high-level, successful translator or interpreter, I guess you call it. And so it was a group effort, but I just commend them because that ebook is long. I mean, and it has some vocabulary that needs to be interpreted correctly. So I just want to commend them. Let's just give them a hand because that was a big task to take on, and it's just to benefit us, the founders. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Right, we're going to be wrapping up in about maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I'd like to hear from Dr. Benny as well as from Oliver Fonte. So we'll start with Dr. Benny. Hi, Dr. Benny.
Hi, good. I believe to us is good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to my brothers and sisters on this amazing webinar in different parts of the globe. The reason I'm here is to congratulate Brother Christopher. Great, excellent presentation, Papa. You did well. And I believe by you presenting this, those who have not created their email and joined this opportunity, it is time for you guys to go back to whoever brought you here. Do that and join today because we don't have that much time. We don't. Now, as you guys see me here, smiling is because of the way our company is. By the way, our company is not a joke. As you guys see me sitting right here, we have an assurance, right? The assurance to let you guys know that this is real because our CEO reassured me that my school loan will be paid, right? As an information system security officer, I did my due diligence, right? To let you guys know that ONPASSIVE is real. Remember, Brother Christopher said it is not a multi-level marketing. That is very true, because if it was, I will not be here, right? I don't have time to go out there and be begging people. This company, you don't, right? And our products are what? Viable and legitimate, right? When I talk about viability, it means it's necessary, right? You see this cell phone? Everybody, even children at 8 years old, they have cell phone, right? Because it is very necessary, which means that all our products are necessary all over the globe. So are you guys ready to join ONPASSIVE? Come along, my brothers and sisters. You and I, we are going to work as a family because our CEO is here to eradicate poverty and to uplift humanity. I don't want to take too much time, but I love you guys and I see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. Always enthusiastic and you rev us up. Thank you so much. We'd like to end with Oliver Fonte. Please speak to us. Let me find you in the list. There we go. You can unmute.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's a pleasure being here. Hey Lynn, hey Sister Gladys, Chris, wonderful presentation, and I just want to say that's a good job. let me say this, ONPASSIVE. Let me say this. It's subscription-based business. A company that will not go to the stock market. Yep, a company that will not go to the stock market. A company that get into the market with at least $5.5 billion value. You know, you come in with $97, which is below the value of what you're going to get. Why won't you join? Why won't you join to make excesses and also touch or impact somebody's life? I'm telling everybody that is here that has not yet joined, the clock is ticking. My brothers and sisters, if I'm you, run and go to the person that brought you here. Go and sign. This is an IT technology company. If you look at the products that we do have now, ready to go to the market, viable products. Is it oatmeal? You cannot compare oatmeal with any other product that is out there, Yahoo, whatever. You know, your pocket will be full. They will guarantee you success and guarantee you traffic. No company does that. No company does that. That they guarantee you success and guarantee you traffic. Traffic means customers. Even if you back home, even if you take your stuff to the market, nobody will guarantee you that they will buy. But ONPASSIVE guarantee you that they will buy. You know, you people should remove all that MLM mentality in you. This is ONPASSIVE is not. It's one of its kind, a revolutionary company, a company that want to uplift humanity. And when you come to be part of this journey, people who join are lucky. We've been here since almost 2 years plus now. And we've been there with this journey. And we are still there because we have that faith. We have that faith that our CEO. That's why I, for one, I pray for him for wisdom. And I pray for the guys in Hyderabad. There's nothing. Some people will say, but why is it taking that long to join? If you want to build a house, if you have the money, will you build it for one day? If you go to your plantation to go and plant cassava, plantains, and what? Will that grow for one day? Why can't you enjoy the process? Join and be part of us. And I will say it authoritatively. If you don't have money, go and borrow and get one account. Because I know what is coming. If you don't have the money, go and gather some of your friends, 3, 4, 5. I say it all the time for our people back home. Go and get people 3, 4, 5. You people should join money and get an account. It will not fail you. This is something that your children, your great-grandchildren will enjoy. And you also use that money to impact lives. So please go and borrow that money. I will not tell somebody to go and borrow money that you go and borrow that money, you will not have somewhere to where you get the money back. But this one with ONPASSIVE, go borrow, you have your money back. Guarantee. Thank you guys. I love you.
Thank you. Everybody, listen to Oliver. He knows what he's talking about. He's very wise. He knows. So just do what he's saying. Just do it. You will have 0 regrets. Thank you all for being here. I'd like to end with our host, Gladys Nyaboro. She can say the final parting words.
Thank you so much. We have to release Mighty We streaming for us. Julie and Milo show is starting at 2 o'clock. So we welcome you to move over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week, same time. God bless you all.
And also remember that we have our OTech Pro webinar. It's a technical webinar that's happening at 5 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, featuring Oliver Fonte and 3 other IT guys. So please be sure to attend. It will be posted in the back office as well as in social media. It's open to everyone, founders and guests alike. So please don't miss it. It's going to be a weekly webinar. Thank you all for joining us. At this time, we can unmute everybody and everybody say bye and see you next Saturday here.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Love you guys.
From Canada. Bye-bye.
Bye from
USA.
Michigan. USA, Michigan.
Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Good night from Houston, Texas.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.